All right, ladies and gents, what's up? It's your favorite Asian robot right here. I'm going to cover the build that you guys saw on the stream today. All right, you guys ready? Good, because I'm not ready. I'm just kidding. All right, so for this sword build, all right, you saw how overpowered it is. And I've done this on purpose because a lot of morons say, oh, Terra weapons aren't that great. Well, look, I never really built them before because there were better options out there. But you can build something extremely strong with Terra, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Poisonous Thorn, Agarus Sword, Berserker Cell, Predator Cell, Special Avenging Overdrive, Mod Recursive Hilt, Kharabak Spur is going to be your bond. Tempest will be your Omnicell of choice. Why? Because it is sexy. Skarn's Defiance with a Molten Cell. Alright, I think you see where we're going with this. Spellbound Hood with Invigorated right here. Hellplague Curus with Predator Cell. Yeah, it's Kaz coughing in the background. She's with me. Boreal Might with a Berserker Cell. And you've got the Feet of Ice from the Pangar with a Parasitic Cell. Now, what does this build give you overall? Alright, first you got to understand the perks to understand the playstyle, so I'm going to go through it with you. Berserker +6. The more you whack the enemy, the more damage you do. Invigorated. At 50% maximum stamina, you get 50% movement speed. This helps to boost your Tempest. Alright. Molten. Generating 3 Molten Hearts gives you immunity to fire. You get increased attack speed and movement speed. Everything you need for those big Tempest shots. Predator. By not taking damage, you can increase the damage you deal to enemies. Alright. You take a whack, you're going to be dealing less damage for about 15 seconds. But that's okay. Blade Storm and Overpower are just here to add to the power of this build overall. And remember, this build is designed for dodging. Alright. So as long as you're dodging well, you're okay. But you'll find that it's so strong that sometimes you just end up like using the Avenging Overdrive instead, but it's still pretty fun to play. Overpower will help you in staggering behemoths, and believe me, you can stagger them quite easily with the sword. Blade Storm cannot be changed. It's part of the Kharabak's natural perk. Parasitic will be your only source of real sustain in this build. It's more than enough, honestly. And if you die, you can revive, so why worry? And Tenacious will be giving you extra damage based on your hit points, which is only 800, but still, extra 8%, I'll take it. All right, so what you need to understand about Tempest, and I will do a video guide on this because a lot of people have asked, but with Tempest, you get a passive 10% attack speed, and whenever you dodge through an attack, you gain 1 stack of velocity. Velocity will increase your movement speed by 3% for 45 seconds. And when you use up velocity, you can activate the Storm Dash, which will deal 450 shock damage and an additional plus 5% damage to unbroken parts for every 1% increase in movement speed. It will prioritize unbroken parts, all right? And it cools down every 4 seconds. So dodge, 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 and you can dish out a lot of damage. Let's go see this build in action, all right? Let's go see this build in action. Okay, so we'll be going to Thunderwatch, where the creatures are 8 to level 11. All right, the sword is level 5. And while we depart, let me go to the thank you scene. Thank you to the Throne of Honor, Death Dawning 982, plus Ultra Member, our VVIP, The Forgotten, Nate the Great, Rogue Assassin, Drago, Joshua Moritz, Old Mr. Cream Puff, Jerry Fast, Logan Schwartz, Titorius Venom, and Zach NFG. All lovely Prestige members. Thank you so much. Here's June's top supporters, Bravo7910, Kaz Manta, my lovely girl, Zabi Uzumaki, The Mighty Zeno, Death Dawning 982, Old Mr. Cream Puff, Darius Laszlo, Rogue Assassin, Michael Riley, River Heath, Nate the Great. Thank you all so much. If you guys want to get onto those lists, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. You can send a tip via the link in the description of the video. You can send super thanks on YouTube. You can join as a channel member, gaining access to various perks. Or just come to the streams and send super chats, man. I appreciate all that. Okay, so let's see who's the biggest badass here. Unfortunately, all we have is a Drask level 9. So, okay, we'll go murk that thing and hope something crazier spawns. But honest to God, the playstyle with this build is very simple. You have a lot of attack speed, so feel free to abuse that to dodge well and dish out devastating amounts of damage. Just to prove that the build hasn't changed while we fly over. All right, you can see that all the perks are the same. All right, no tonics have been consumed, nothing while the screens were changed. So yeah, there you go. All right, and of course you would have heard the animation sound anyway, but you know, I like to prove that we've done nothing. Okay, it's better to do that. That way nobody can say, oh, he does something with video editing. No. Asian robot builds, unlike the other fake shit you see out there, is real. Real builds, real results. Okay, so even if you take a hit, it doesn't even matter. Okay, you primarily want to avoid taking hits and dodging through attacks where possible. But if you're not that good with the patterns of certain behemoths, don't even worry. Why? Because like I said, you've literally got the Agarus to get you through that. And considering that you have both a Terra Lantern and a Terra Weapon, triggering the Terra status effect is pretty easy. Alright, so you can get your health back that way. Now, with Avenging Overdrive, alright, you can choose to just parry. Oh, sorry, did that a bit too early. Let this be a lesson not to shoot videos late at night, but doesn't matter. You can use that to gain even more attack speed, which is freaking awesome, because that pushes you all the way up to 40%? 40% attack speed, if I'm not wrong. Unless I'm wrong on the Avenging Overdrive. I guess I can check after this. But with Molten plus Tempest and Avenging Overdrive, you'll kind of see that even with taking all hits and playing like doo-doo, you will literally do nothing. Like, you will literally not die. Yeah, it is 20% attack speed. Damn. So you go up to 40%. Keep in mind, the attack speed cap is 50%. So, well, considering that creature is 4 levels higher, do you really need me to show you how easily something just 3 levels higher will die? Well, let's show you anyway. Just because I can. The playstyle, good, a Charok spawn. It's 5 levels higher. Let's abandon this fight. Sorry. The most of the damage will come from the Kharabak's UE, which does fantastic amounts of damage. The reason why it's so unpopular is that because it has a long cooldown. Alright? It has a cooldown of approximately 45 to 60 seconds. I didn't time it exactly, but the long cooldown makes it so that although you will have it fight to fight, in general, it will usually only trigger once per fight, assuming that you're running a proper build. But that is more than enough to completely destroy most behemoths. Okay, this creature is 5 levels higher, which will give us a much more fair comparison of how this build is going to work. Now, what you will want is to take your Molten Pills, whenever you can, dodge 2 attacks, alright, and if you're below 50% stamina, you can hit for additional part damage. I miscalculated there. But you want to be careful because the recursive hilt also restores stamina whenever it hits. But ideally, you want to follow the usual principles with the sword, and that is, you know, when you get the chance to use Avenging Overdrive, use it so that you can literally dodge, like, parry attacks. Like, that is in general what I would do. And I'll dodge only when parrying is not available, or, you know, I have some other need. But once you have the Kharabak's UE out, right, you want to attack as fast as possible. The reason for this is that every time you attack, you speed up the blades. Now, the maximum number of hits, I think, on the sword is 8 or something like that. But they do phenomenal amounts of damage, and you will just see this Charog, like, being ready to die. And we barely even, like, had our hit points scratched. Alright, so you don't even have to worry most of the time. Honestly, if you get in trouble, you can just, you know, oh, it's dead. You can literally just restore your health or pick yourself up with the Agarus UE. Just for the sake of comparison, now that we've advanced to level 6, I'll just quickly kill off this Nezaga to show you just how powerful it is, you know, in the normal circumstances. Now, in fact, this is even easier than normal circumstances, because normal circumstances, you'd be fighting a creature that is 3 to 4 levels higher than you. In this case, you're only fighting one that's 2 levels higher than you, which is ridiculously bad, and we have an elemental advantage, so this is going to be a hell of a short fight. Now, considering that we have Tempest stacks, what I'm going to do is just use Tempest in between the normal attacks that I'm doing. And don't forget, you've got Overpower in this build as well, so this thing is about to die in all of a couple of seconds. And I'm not even going to use my special right here, it's dead. There you go. So yeah, this build will work very, very well. Feel free to use it. It is just as broken as the Chain Blades. It has a slightly different style, but believe me, it is just as good as that stuff. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I will now salute you from this random mountaintop. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Support the stream if you can. Tips, super chats, all that is very much appreciated. See you on the next one, folks. Have fun with this build.